Whoever's gonna do the intro, I don't know who. Me.
It don't matter.
Oh shit.
You want- you want- I can do it.
we gonna put that into the thing. What's going on, guys, and welcome to the new episode of the Bird Nest Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Jbird. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, my guy Ayzo? How's it going, man?
Man, it is going all right, man. We got a new episode coming at you guys, and it is a banger.
Yes,
We got some fire topics, some crazy, and stay tuned for the Bird is the Word, bro. It's
Hey, stick around, bro. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Word,
man.
Things of that nature.
And if there's only a certain part you guys are interested in, which is fine, we want you to tune in and watch the whole thing. You know, we're not affiliated or what do you want to call it yet. We need them to watch ours, but if you guys don't want to stick around, we got the time links in the bottom. Make sure to check that out.
Timestamps will be below. You can skip to whatever part of the video you would like to, or whatever part of the podcast you would like to. The timestamps will be posted as soon as we possibly can.
Right. So we're going to take it first. I want to just pop right into it with the new and
NBA
you know
trophies.
yeah the new NBA trophies and how everything looks. So we'll start at the top and we're gonna go with the most basic one first. So Jbird, with this new I guess they're calling it the Michael
Jordan.
Yeah, the Michael Jordan trophy, which is going to the NBA Player of the Year, and I'll put pictures of each individual trophy on the screen. Even though most of them look after the MVP, kind of looks semi-similar.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. But all right, so what do you think of this trophy? What do you think, man?
The Michael Jordan MVP award, my personal opinion on the trophy, I'm a LeBron fan. So for me, this kind of like ends, I guess you could say for a lot of people, it ends the GOAT debate. But for me, it's still LeBron. I mean, it's always going to be LeBron in my opinion, but I can see why people choose Michael Jordan now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's literally the most valuable trophy for a single player in the NBA right now. So my total thoughts on the trophy is it's more modern. I like it because the old MVP trophy, it was time for an upgrade. I mean, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Jerry West on the old MVP trophy?
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I think it was Jerry West.
It was aged. You know what I'm saying? The trophy looked a bit bland. I think it's more modern now. I like how they got like it's kind of like it starts like bronze, gold, and then it got like a diamond ball. Like they said, he'll put an image up. But I like it though. I like it. I don't know how I feel about it being named after Michael Jordan, but it is what it is. I understand why. I mean, he's done so much for the NBA. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a LeBron fan, but I can respect it though. I can respect it. I think it was needed though. I think it was very well needed. I think it was time for an upgrade and time for a change for the trophy. I like it though. It's very slick and modern. What are your thoughts on that? On the trophy?
I'm gonna go into some detail about it too. If I'm not wrong, I believe they had some post. So
it's very detailed. There's a lot that goes behind it. They put very detailed things into the trophy, and I guess I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the things that, and I'm gonna put up a picture of this too. So it has a 23-point faced crystal ball, which is the basketball he is holding. Which obviously the rest of the number is a nod to his jersey number. The height of the trophy itself, which some people would never look into this, is actually 23.6 inches, which represents his jersey number and the amount of championships he won. So there's a 15-degree angled base, which is a nod to his 15-season career. There's a 5-sided base for his 5 league MVPs, and there's a 6-sided nameplate representing the 6 championships. So there's a lot more detail, and you got the stank face because you're like, man,
glazing, bro. They glazing Michael Jordan right now because, like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, what now? Now LeBron gonna win the MVP, and now he gonna look at Michael Jordan, basically. Like, oh my, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It looks cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks nice, and I can see where it. You know, for people but you know, they want to give it to Michael Jordan because they're kind of, I guess it might even be because LeBron's still playing. Maybe is because I think it's the main thing about it. I'm sure LeBron will have when it's his time, he's gonna have it. You know, but he's still in the league. You know, he's still playing. So, you know, and I'll say my point of it is Michael Jordan, it took for him his career ending, and later on we decided he was the GOAT. LeBron was the GOAT by 2005, and he's still in the league, and he's still the GOAT. So if you want to put it like that, that's how I'm gonna put it.
Hey, you spitting fast. You're spitting fast.
But
nah, yeah, I think it's good though, because it's like paying homage to Michael Jordan. Because like I know I hate on Michael Jordan all the time because I'm a LeBron stan, but Michael Jordan has done so much for basketball. Like he like literally evolutionized basketball. Like he's gotten so many, not only kids into basketball, but so many countries into basketball. Like he
right.
literally changed the way people look at basketball. So I understand. Like he deserves something like this. I think it's fair. And
Right.
I wasn't gonna touch on this, but I feel like the next thing that they should do, I feel like this would like since they're making changes already, and I can't take credit for this because I seen Jamal Crawford post this first, but they definitely need to make Kobe the logo, bro. I just think that
I
would
think that would be
literally,
pretty nice.
nah, yeah, I think that would be so like revolutionary and just showed how much of an impact he had on the league in general, bro. And I think that would just be the utmost respect and way to honor his life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'd be so dope to make Kobe Bean Bryant the logo of the NBA. I think that'd be so dope, man. I'm really hoping that the NBA will do something like that.
I think that is pretty smart to do that. Kobe is very well deserving, if you ask me. And
Nah, yeah.
he's not like some of these. Well, some of these players are no longer with us, but he's one of those main guys that still should be. It ain't like he got to the point where it's old age and stuff. He died early, and
Yeah.
and we lost
And like
he's a big
a
influence.
legend. You know what I'm saying? He had such a major impact on not just the NBA, but just the world in general. I feel like it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer to like make him the logo, bro. Cause like he stood much more than just the NBA. He was like, I don't know. I know I said Michael Jordan really like put basketball on the map, but Kobe was that guy, man. Like he was
Yeah.
it's just nothing would ever top like you in class and you balling up a paper ball and you shooting a piece of trash in the trash can and you saying Kobe. Like, bro, it's
Yeah.
just nothing's gonna top that, man. Like,
There's a
rest in
reason.
peace, Kobe. And I think he deserves this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's more than deserving of this.
Right, I think and that should be something that gets changed. I mean, and the current and speaking of like the logo, the next guy we're going into is Jerry West. So they have a new. I haven't never heard of this award before. Correct me,
Nah, yeah, same.
me and Jbird in the comments if this is a new award. But Jerry West is being featured on the Kia NBA Clutch Player of the Year award. And so looking at these next group, they're kind of, I guess, similar. But
Yeah, I
I
was about
guess
to say these next few trophies that he's about to name off are literally all the same. The only thing
just
that's different is the gold.
the
Literally.
GOAT, the player that's represented in the trophy.
Yeah.
So I'll show. Actually, I put them all up on the screen now.
Yeah.
That because I mean, there's no reason going into them in particular.
Yeah.
So with this trophy, this is probably a little bit more interesting because to us we think it's new. So what do you think about it? Do you think it should be awarded a Clutch Player of the Year? I mean, or could it be like say Curry or just some random guy? Some random guy comes back and it could be like it could be in the playoffs and some random guy just somehow helps them win Game 7 and it makes him clutch to see like biggest game finals. Is he the Clutch Player of the Year?
Perfect example, LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? 3-1. He like obviously he would deserve clutch's player of the year, right? I mean, literally no team has ever came back 3-1. You know what I mean?
Or in that situation would it be Delly because he locked down Steph Curry? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, or I'm just saying, in certain situations. I mean, obviously not Delly. I'm saying like, what if a guy's
in the? How going to be judged?
I mean, say Game 7 and one guy just takes the ball takes into his hands. Do you make it the player who's done it multiple times over the year, or do you make it one guy pulled the clutchest thing out of his ass? Like you never know. Like who knows? Like that's what I'm saying. Would it be going to the guy that does more, or just
My question is it a regular season award or is it a playoff award? Because I know some because MVP is supposed to be based off how you performed in the regular season. You know what I mean? You can literally have the worst, which they don't really give it to the worst team or worst player or best player in the worst team, I guess you could say. They usually give it to, you got to be winning, obviously. Winning does matter. But is it going to be like a playoff award, or is it going to
No,
be a regular season
no,
award?
it's still gonna
Or
be
do
a
you
regular
know?
season award, just like
So it's a
defensive
regular
player of the
season
year.
award.
Yeah, it's gonna be given
So I
away
feel
that way.
like
Well, I'm saying like, well, to add to that, well, okay, let's take away the playoffs. Same situation. What if it's to get somebody into the playoffs or something? Like, cause he's clutch in that moment. But then again, what if you got a guy that's done this maybe 2 or 3 times over the year over? I ain't gonna say 5 or 6 times because you don't normally see something like that. I'm just saying, like I'm saying maybe 2 games, 3 games, or do you give it to the guy that did it on the biggest stage?
Well, how I think it should be just like I said, correct us if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a new award for the NBA. But how I think it should be judged is like, say for instance, Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really carrying his team. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not this year. I haven't really been watching basketball.
Shout out G Fuel, by
But
the way.
let's just say for an example, hey yo, WG Phil, man, wooful.
Get at your boys. We like your product. Anyways, back to the
top. But nah, yeah, like let's just say for instance, like I think there was one season where Damian Lillard was literally like perfect example, like James Harden. Bro was like averaging like a 60-point triple-double. Correct me if I'm like I said, these are just, you know what I'm saying, like scenarios in our heads or whatnot. Let's just say, for instance, he's going on a mean scoring streak. He's like averaging triple doubles throughout the next few spans of games, and he's just really like in his zone. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know. That'd be like the MVP award winning. Like,
no, well, I'm saying like not like that. I'm saying like comebacks. Like say like that's how I see it. I mean that's the only way I can see clutch, or just like needed game winners, buzzer beaters, like stuff like that.
That's what it would be. That's what it should be.
Not
about, like,
yeah. But well, that's what I'm saying though. Do you get it to the guy that hit one buzzer beater to get them into the playoffs, or do you give it to the guy that's done this 2 or 3 times just to win maybe some regular season games that doesn't really matter at the end of the day?
That's tough. Me personally,
you see what I'm saying now. You see what
you're saying now. Yeah. Would you give it to the person that got you into the playoffs, or would you just do it to somebody that like hit it, like you said, 2 or 3 times during the regular season? Because the stakes would technically be higher for the guy that hit it that one time to get them into the playoffs. So that does make sense.
Because you got to think, this is basketball. It might not happen this first year, but at some point it's going to happen. So
that's so tough. But me personally, I would have to give it to the guy that has done it time and time again. Like I think a perfect example would be Kyrie Irving. Like he hits buzzer beaters in the regular season.
That's a perfect example. Games. That's a perfect example. And I hate to keep on cutting you off.
He hit a game winner to advance in the playoffs. So I guess that's so tough. I'd give it to Kyrie though.
This is what I'm saying, and this is where you're going to get stubbed. Take it back to that 3-1 scenario. I know we're talking about playoffs. 3-1 scenario. Do you give it to Kyrie for hitting that big 3, or do you give it to LeBron for carrying them? Who's the clutchest player?
Tough. To me, obviously, I'm probably gonna be a bit biased, but I would say LeBron. But if we're going off just most clutch moment, and I think even in that scenario, you would still give it to LeBron. I mean, that block really was like.
Well, I'm saying like
iconic.
it's a tough deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because like you said, he knocked down the shot to like seal the deal, basically. Like if Kyrie missed that 3, it could be a
solid
story,
chance. I mean, it could have been no question, and it'd all be for nothing.
Dang, it's so tough. That's such a like. I'm so curious at how they're gonna decide the winner of this particular award. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm not too sure how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there could be some seasons where there's like no question, you know who it's going to go to. Kind of like comeback player of the year almost. Like, you know, it could be one of those awards like, you know, this guy is going to get it. You know what I mean? But then again, I look at, say, this award is something that's going to come to some point like where you're just like you can give it you can really give it to 4 or 5 different guys for what they did in different time spans, and I think let me ask you this question, maybe does the game they're playing in, like say if it's a must win situation to get to the playoffs or to win whatever they need to win, or does that actually play a role, or does it just matter regardless? Like it doesn't matter regardless if they hit a clutch moment. Like if it could be a regular season game, East and West teams that don't really matter towards their record.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, and guy comes up, bang, clutch back-to-back threes to win the game or something. You know, or do you do you give it to the guy that hit maybe just one buzzer beater 3 to get into the playoffs?
And like I said, it's kind of hard to tell right now because we don't really know how the award will be judged. But if I just had to go off my own instance, I feel like I'd have to give it to the player that's, like you said, hit more game winners in the regular season. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I feel like anybody can have one lucky shot. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean that they're clutch.
Mm.
But if you're hitting it time and time again in regular game scenarios, though, I guess I could see it. But I'd give it to the person that's made the most, I guess you could say, the most game winners in a regular season game. You know what I mean? That doesn't really affect the outcome of the season as much as a game winner to advance in the playoffs or to make the playoffs.
Right.
So yeah. And like I said, a perfect example for that would literally be Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard. Like who is more clutch? Because
Right.
Kyrie Irving, we know he can knock down a game winner in the regular season, but we know when Dame Dollar be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's time to lock
Dame
in.
time. Yeah, he knocks down, but he, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, if that was how it's going to be judged, I would give it to the player that has hit the most clutch shots in a regular season game. I feel like that's how it should be rewarded, you know?
Yep. Well, I think my option to it is I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit. I think according to what the scenario is and maybe who the finalists are, I could see it possibly going to the guy making the biggest play at the biggest time.
Nah, yeah, for sure. And like I said, we just have to see how it's gonna be judged to see like how it will actually come. Because like I said, I've never even heard of this award. So
yeah, so you can't really. It's hard to say that this award is going to be, anything other than what it could be a basic award. Yeah. It could actually end up not even being that entertaining at the end of the day. There could be no guys that's truly that clutch.
Irrelevant.
So it's hard to tell right now for something that we don't even think that I'm pretty sure we haven't seen yet. So,
yeah, I've never even heard of it, to be honest. So you know what I'm saying.
But with the next
to reel us back in, I was about to say, I would like to, give our thoughts on those, on with the looks of those, I guess you could say, other trophies. Like, and I'm gonna kind of just briefly skim through it because I mean they all relatively look the same. And I will say this, I do like the new modernized look. I just wish they would have made them a bit more diverse because they all look so alike. They literally are the same trophy, just a different inside. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's more modernized. And that's what I like about all the trophies, that they seem more relevant to the time, that the era that we're living in. But I just wish they would have made them more unique, you know what I mean?
Right.
From each other. They all look the same. The only trophy that's unique is the MVP trophy, which I guess that's the most important one, I guess.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, we'll throw them up right here, and I said I was going to do it earlier, but I'll do it right now. And we already had Jerry West up there, but we'll go ahead and do it now. We'll go Jerry West with the Clutch Player of the Year. We have Akeem Olajuwon with Defensive Player of the Year. You have Wilt Chamberlain with the Rookie of the Year, and the Sixth Man of the Year is going to have John Havlicek. Or how do you say his last name? Yeah, Havlicek, something like that. And then
I never even heard of him, I ain't gonna lie.
And then the George Mike Award for Most Improved Player. So that's your trophies, and it seems like it's only including that one new one. So they all look relatively the same. Just got a couple of different designs in it. So you guys can leave your opinions down below. I want to see what you guys think because, like we said, it's kind of basic right now. It's kind of hard to say, like what that one particular trophy, or see what's your guys' opinion on how the Clutch Player trophy will be given out. Like, what do you think? Do you agree with me or Jbird? We kind of had our own options, or do you have your own new opinion on how it could be done? And also leave your comment on how you think these trophies look. Do you think do you think they look good? I mean, do you like them, or do you think they should have stuck maybe with some old stuff, or do you think they should have changed it, changed it and kept and tried something different besides what they did? Let us know.
Yeah, that was actually our first NBA topic. I never realized that was literally our first basketball related topic. So shout out to the NBA community and things of that nature.
Yeah, man.
But since we were speaking on the MVP award, and shout out to Michael Jordan and things of that nature, I did want to, touch on some NFL MVP candidates. And who do you think will be the NFL MVP? And so far, I guess you could say the front runners. Hey, maybe one day. Hey, who knows? Maybe
I had
one
to
day.
Make a joke, man. I had to make a joke.
But so far, I guess you could say the front runners for MVP right now, based off stats and things of that nature, would be Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. But obviously, you're entitled to your own opinion on who do you think is going to win the MVP. And I'm just curious, who do you think will win the 2022 MVP award?
Man, honestly, with this, and I don't really care for the Eagles, but
Mm,
I think he has to at least win a playoff game to get it. You know, because
that's fair.
it is given out right before the Super Bowl, right? And that when
I
these
think
awards come,
so. I'm not
yes,
too sure.
because that's how Matt Ryan was when he won it. So I think Jalen
Mhm.
Hurts can win it as long as he does good in postseason.
That's fair. That
If
is
not,
absolutely
because
fair.
you know Patrick Mahomes is going to do good in the
He's
postseason.
gonna
It's just,
deliver. I mean,
you know, it's Patrick Mahomes.
I'm saying.
He's kind of pulling a Tom Brady, so he's going to pull in the postseason. So, with that being said, I think that Jalen Hurts is probably going to win, but
Mhm.
if he doesn't pull out in the playoffs like we think he's going to do, he's got the best team, he's got the best record.
Nah, yeah.
If he doesn't pull out and he pulls like a Steelers or something, then I don't think he's going to win it. But he's like we said before, he's got kind of like what we was talking about with the clutch player. Where he's got to win big time games when it matters. So I
Nah,
think
yeah. Completely agree. I mean, Jalen Hurts, if unless he just utterly craps the bed in the playoffs, I feel like he has it in the bag. I mean, like you said, he has the best team in the NFL. He's roughly putting together one of the best seasons out of, you know what I'm saying, one of the best stats, a statistical season this year out of all the players in the league, besides Patrick Mahomes. The only thing that he has on Patrick Mahomes that is just like blowing him out the water is rushing yards. And that's what I wanted to say. He's kind of putting on like I'm pretty sure in 2019 Lamar Jackson won the MVP award. He's putting on like a 2019 Lamar Jackson MVP run. That's what it's giving for me. And
is that with a winning
and bro,
football
I
team?
feel like nah, yeah. Facts. But yeah, like you, I have to agree with you. Like you said, unless he just literally craps the bed in the playoffs, I just don't see a future where Jalen Hurts doesn't win the MVP award. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But man, like you said, Patrick Mahomes is known for pulling off majestical things. Like I know you seen that one pass where he literally he just threw a sidearm toss to Jared McKinnon to get a touchdown pass. It was just crazy. Like the stuff that Patrick Mahomes can do with the ball is insane. He's definitely my favorite quarterback, I must say. And maybe I'm just on the hype train right now, but which
Man,
I've been a pretty good Mahomes fan for the past few years.
yeah.
I just like the way he plays. I think he's one of the best throwers of the ball in the NFL right now.
If not
And
the best, honestly.
nah, yeah, and him and Tyreek Hill have proved a lot of people wrong that they can perform without each other, and they've been performing without each other. And I'm excited for
One
the playoffs this season.
a sleeper for that topic though is actually Tua.
Oh my! I was gonna say something, bro.
Man,
I was gonna just say that, bro. Tua is so overrated, bro. Why is he in the MVP conversation?
hold
Why
on,
is he in the
hold on,
MVP conversation,
hold
bro?
on. Let me find
You
something.
can pull up all the stats you want. You can't tell me brothers don't throw the ball down the field and pray that Tyreek Hill gets the ball.
Hey,
It,
stats
I
don't
kid you
lie.
not. I kid you not, bro. I'd give the MVP award to Tyreek Hill over Tua if I had to choose out of them two. Because, bro, like, bro, like I know they're doing better with him on the field than when he's off the field, but like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like he's getting overpraised for some reason. Like, bro, what is he getting all this praise for, bro? Like I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a very likable football player, but like, come on, man.
I was trying to
Like,
find
bro.
something. Let's see. He has, if not more. Actually, he is doing. How good do you think Josh Allen is?
He had a really good start to the season. He has kind of went on a downhill
No, I
slope.
mean,
I think he's been
in
dealing with a
general, not this
oh,
season.
in general, this season,
Mhm.
like I said, he had a great start. He's kind of on a downhill slope. I think or in the middle, he had like a injury or whatnot. But so I'd give him like on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say he has had about a 7 out of 10 season so far.
Okay, all right. We'll get this. This is Tua first 20 career starts versus Josh Allen's 20 career starts. All right.
Oh, all
Tua
right,
Tu-
I'm listening.
Tua has 4,300 passing yards, while Josh Allen only had 3,700. They have
So
the
you,
same.
so you,
They have the same amount of touchdowns at 32, but Tua had only 15 interceptions, while Josh Allen had 19. Tua had a 66% completion next to Josh Allen's 55 with a 13-7. Tua had a 13-7 record, while Josh Allen had an 11-9. So
so you think Tua better than Josh Allen? I mean, stats don't lie.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's why. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's better. You know, like, but I'm saying I don't
Oh,
think like when people say that he's slept on and that type of stuff. Like, I got to give credit where credit's due. Dude's winning ball games. Miami is having a pretty good season. So, don't.
know. What's that I don't think you listed is that Josh Allison. Oh, damn, Allison. Josh Allen also runs the ball a lot more than
Yeah.
than Tua, and so that's where he contributes as well. But I don't know. I mean, like I see why people can put Tua on that pedestal, but I don't know. I'm just
saying this
what
season.
Everybody is seeing performance wise. Like I watch some of his games, and it seems like, and obviously he's in the NFL. He could throw the ball. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. He's a quarterback for a reason. He's in the NFL for a reason. But like sometimes I like on some plays I'll literally just see him just lob it up and pray that Tyreek Hill gets it. And Tyreek Hill will literally catch it. He'll come back to the ball, catch it, and then run to the touchdown. So like, are we really giving him those like stats? Like, which I guess is fair. I mean, it counts as passing yards, but
well, I mean,
I don't know. I just don't see what everybody else sees. You know, and maybe I'm
but-
just a hater. but-
Well, it's just the same reason how some people looked at Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, now that's fair. That's fair.
Just that one meme. Just fuck it, Tyreek down there somewhere. Everybody's gonna say that, But you got to look at it too. He's now got more than like one weapon in Jalen Waddle. He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got Jalen Waddle. I'm sure Jalen Waddle has.
He even got Mike Gesicki. You know what I'm saying?
I think those guys have some pretty solid stats this season. So he is dishing the ball pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I could look it up, but I ain't gonna waste time because it ain't gonna change my opinion. I think he's having a heck of a season. He's playing quarterback. He's doing his job. So I think that's what.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
And I think his stats show that. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure his stats are showing that this season. So, like I said, it's one of those things where he has to win for him to win it. But I think an underdog could be possibly him. If not him, Raiders fanboy over here, I'm about to say Josh Jacobs is playing a hell of a season.
Oh, no, okay. I don't know why I thought you was going to say Derek Carr.
Oh, no. Heck no, dude. Heck no.
That's why I was starting to get a little worried. I was like, nah, Derek Carr is crazy. But Josh Jacobs is he's a very reliable option now, especially in the second half of the season. He's really stepped on the gas.
Well, I would say this. He's on my fantasy team, and he's the number one running back in the league. So I will say.
He's been killing it.
I mean,
he's been killing it.
So I will say that I think he's doing pretty solid. So if you want to give me another option besides a quarterback, I'm going to say Josh Jacobs because I'm a Raiders guy. But not only just because I'm a Raiders guy, he's just had a very solid season. So, if you want to put anybody, I think there's a running back of the year award. I think he will win that. So,
oh, yeah.
That's
if not that, definitely offensive player of the year. If they don't give it to the MVP. But no, I think those are relatively fair choices. I think, but yeah, I think like as you said, unless Jalen Hurts just shits the bed, I think it's definitely got to be him. But now, you know what I'm saying, we're moving on to our wrestling topic of the podcast, and
I think we got two of them.
I'm not too sure how. Yeah, we actually got two. For our wrestling fans out there, hey, y'all are in store for an amazing pod.
Right.
But I'm not too sure how I feel about this first topic that we're going to be talking about, and that is on the possible return of Vince McMahon. I don't know what kind of position and what status, and that's kind of what I wanted to get your opinion on. Like, if Vince McMahon was to return, how would you feel about it? And what kind of role do you think he would have on the company?
Well, I want to ask this, and I'm not sure, and this is me for not doing my research or asking you before the pod, so I'm going to ask you now.
No, you're good.
Are if they bringing him back in an actual judgment role, he does stuff, or is he back for drama as the story? Which role is he coming back in? If he's coming back for the story, and Triple H is still running things, I'm all for it because Vince McMahon is that guy. But with Vince McMahon leaving now and Triple H kind of doing his thing over the past over the past year, or however many years he's been doing it, I think that it's been a couple months. It's been a dramatic incline. Like you see a lot more
it's been
wrestling.
So much entertaining, like since Hunter, or AKA Triple H, since he's been I guess you could say the head of WWE or the face of WWE, it has been so much more entertaining than it has for the past decade, I must say, in my own opinion. But like I said, it's just uncertain. It's not even sure. Like, he may not even be coming back. It might just be a rumor. But if he was to come back, like you said, I would love for him to just come back story wise. I don't want him to really take back over and like leave Hunter in the, I guess you could say, in the shadow. Because I think what Hunter is doing right now is amazing. He's killing it right now with the new talent, and even and like he's even booking the young talent very well. Like I've been catching myself watching NXT more than I've watched SmackDown and Raw, and that might be a hot take, but I've been enjoying NXT more than SmackDown and Raw. You know what I'm saying? Besides when the Bloodline is on, you know what I'm saying? That's the only time it's entertaining to me. But nah, yeah, he's the story. He's been killing the storylines. Like I think that's what Hunter is doing so great at now. Is he's not only is he booking stellar matches, but he's telling great stories. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the Bloodline situation, we got the Judgment Day, we got control or damage control. We just got a lot, and it's very entertaining, and I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the Hunter era.
Right.
I'm just not ready for that to come to an end yet. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm just not ready for that to come to an end yet.
Well, I don't think it's going to come to an end. I don't think Vince McMahon is that. I think Vince McMahon sees how good it's going, and it's not a hate on him. Vince McMahon started it. Vince McMahon is that guy. He is the GOAT. He is the guy. He is the.
He started it all. I mean, I think his father started. I'm not too sure how that all happened.
I think he started it, but either way, if I'm not, he was a big deal. Let's put it like that. And he's the reason why WWE, and I'll say it, and you could say the hot take or whatever. He's the reason why WWE is the way it is today. He brought it to the people and brought it to the masses. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a long time ago.
And I don't think anybody disagrees with you. I just think he's getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's past your time, man. Like, pass the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Let Hunter take the reins. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he's shown he can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's shown that he can do it. He booked stellar pay-per-views. He's booked great title matches. Like, I mean, you've seen the pay-per-views that Clash of the Castle was probably one of the most, I think it said the best Clash of the at the Castle pay-per-view that is done ever. Then I mean, you've seen that finish with Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. I heard it might I think I seen something where they said the people, I think it was in Scotland or something, basically where Drew McIntyre was from, because you know Drew McIntyre didn't win that one because of Solo Sikoa. I heard the crowd was dang near on the verge of rioting, and that'd have been crazy.
It ain't been that way in a long time.
Nah, it really has it, bro. And that's why I'm so glad, because it's really bringing back the excitement of watching wrestling again. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that, like, Vince McMahon ain't that dumb. He's a businessman. He knows what the deal is. He's going to bring himself out, and it might be like a whole thing, like, where it turns into, if my guy, Vince McMahon loved these type of matches. If my guy wins, I take it back. If Triple H's guy wins, you know, like, Roman Reigns, that might even be, like, one of the ways the championship leaves Roman Reigns' hands. You know, like, Triple H could say, I got my guy, Roman Reigns, versus...
Brock Lesnar. Probably not Brock Lesnar. I don't think anybody wants to see Roman versus Brock anymore. Like, come on, it's been like 5 matches. Like, bro, let's just leave it. We don't want to see another Brock versus Roman. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So no, that's the truth, and I think that's where it's going to. It could be so. And I don't think it's going to be that. I think that's just something they could a path they could possibly take, and that's it just adds it, because let's be honest. Like, every time, you can't tell me this, when you was a kid and you heard Vince McMahon's music hit, and he come walking down all freaking like Boss Man's here or whatever.
Even today, like, even in today's era, like, when you hear Vince McMahon, you just get some type of excitement, because I mean, he started it all. He's just such an OG. But like, and like you said, it'd be fantastic if he comes back on some story shit. You know what I'm saying? But if he's coming back to like kind of like on booking, I can hold out on that. You know what I'm saying? I can hold out on that just for a little bit longer, at least. Like, I like what Hunter has going on. I love how he has Shawn Michaels with NXT. Like I said, I've been really enjoying NXT recently. It's been very entertaining for me to watch personally on Tuesday nights. But
I think the next topic. And with that, dude, I think our next wrestling topic, since we're just gonna go ahead and move on to that, honestly, it's kind of an interesting one, and I already had mine picked out as soon as I seen that we wanted to talk about this.
I think I know what you're gonna pick, but I think
since we spoke, last week about the male superstar of the year, what do you think match of the year is going to be this year? What do you think? I want to hear yours first. If you pick, I feel like I don't know. I feel like you could go the direction of the one I'm gonna say, but then again, I feel like you could say another one, and I'm gonna give my opinion if you do guess one of those. So let's see.
And I think this, like you said, I feel like I'm gonna go the route that you were gonna go, because I feel like this match was so freaking good that it could undoubtedly win match of the year. And I think the match that you were gonna go with was Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at Hell in a Cell. The story behind it, how much Cody had to push through that injury. He fought with a real deal injury. Like, I know wrestling is fake, but those injuries are real. And bro performed with a real deal injury. Like that was a torn pectoral. It was torn right off the bone. Like, and bro went out there and performed. And then not only did he perform, but he came up that following Monday Night Raw and gave a heartfelt like promo. Like, bro, undoubtedly the match of the year, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They both put on a heck of a performance. They really sold the crowd on the match, and I think that's the main goal going into a match. And it was, and was it a Hell in a Cell? Yep,
yeah,
it
was almost, and it almost seemed too. What I think so crazy is everybody heard Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. It almost sounded like some WWE 2K shit that you would come up with. Like it didn't even make no sense. Like it ain't like the Kane and Undertaker, or like Undertaker Triple H Hell in a Cell. It's just two random guys in Hell in a Cell, and I think that's what people kind of like were like. Well, what is that? And then they watched it, and then they kind of got into it, and they seen his injury, and they started thinking, and they were like, dude's doing it, and then they started hitting these wild moves. I'm talking about within 2 seconds, the guy with torn pecs hitting freaking Cody Cutter off the freaking rope. Like, like it probably ain't even 3 minutes into the match, and he's hitting freaking jumping off the freaking ropes and shit.
They put on a performance, man. And like I said, the reason why I gave them that award, or why they should get that award, is because like just moments before the match, like. There was rumors that the match was canceled because of the injury. You know what I'm saying? So when you see him come out there, you know, maybe it was on some WWE storytelling shit, but when he took off that his robe or whatnot, you seen how like black his chest was, bro. You knew it was real. You know what I'm saying? You knew it was real. It wasn't a story. It was real. He was really hurt. And for him to go out there and perform the way he did, not only should he get quite possibly the match of the year, but low key, I see where he could be a candidate for superstar of the year, because that performance alone, you know what I'm saying? That's what a WWE match is all about, is putting it all on the line and performing for the crowd. And that's why that particular match was my match of the year.
Is there a comeback wrestler of the year?
Maybe, but I'm not too sure. It might be. I don't see why there wouldn't be.
I mean, like, because it's kind of weird, because technically he's not like coming back from an injury or nothing, but he is technically coming back. So, you know, I guess he could win that if he doesn't win wrestler of the year.
It might be.
But my option for second match of the year, and it's one that you've already mentioned, if it wasn't the Cody Rhodes match, I could see it being Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, because of where it was at and the situation. And then as soon as you heard that music here with Drew McIntyre, the Broken Dream.
Oh yeah,
when it's like
that was so good.
On my hand. Or like,
I was so fired, bro. That so
they're coming in, or whatever he said.
You know, when us growing up, that's the Drew McIntyre that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So hearing that one more time was just so like nostalgic. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like Hunter can book these pay-per-views, man. Just leave it be Hunter. Not to get back on the old topic, but man, he's just really killing these pay-per-views recently. But that is a great match. You know what I'm saying? The ending was a bit iffy, but I mean, how else would you have Roman defend it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, would you really have him really pin? I feel like people would have been more upset. I mean, maybe this is just me, but I feel like more people would have been just upset with Roman Reigns just flat out pinning Drew McIntyre, because it's just so predictable. It's like, dang, he just won again. And then we really and that was the induction of Solo Sikoa into the Bloodline. That really made it all right, so because he came up from NXT and now he's on the main brand with the Bloodline. So I feel like that was a great way to end that match off. Not too many people were happy about it. And maybe I'm biased because, you know what I'm saying, I'm part of the Bloodline, man. Locked in. But an honorable mention I do want to touch on real quick would be the SummerSlam matchup between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. That was a really entertaining match. That was a very entertaining match with Brock Lesnar bringing the tractor out, flipping the ring over.
Literally flipping the ring.
What a fantastic match that was, man. That was a great match. And I know, like I said, we get tired of the Roman versus Brock, but I feel like that match is a great way to cap it off. Just cap off that series. Roman, you know what I'm saying, is undisputedly the GOAT.
Well, it's just like this. Like when Roman Reigns, when they went to fight, when he ended up fighting Drew McIntyre, it kind of everybody, including me, thought, okay, this is where it ends. It's in Scotland. It was in Scotland, right? I'm pretty sure it was in Scotland, right? No, but it was in Drew McIntyre's hometown, wasn't it?
It was in Cardiff. That's what they called it. Basically Scotland. I mean, it
Yeah.
was, if not Scotland, it was like literally neighbors.
Yeah. So it happened there, and it was so set up, and it was just made for Drew McIntyre to win. And then it
Yeah.
just right there, it just sucked the life out of the crowd, and
Yeah.
there you go. But that's what made us question to where we are now, to one of our last
Yeah.
topics: who's going to dethrone Roman Reigns? You know, that's what made us even come up with the topic, because we was like, well, shit. You know, like what now?
Yeah.
You know, it made you go after the match was over. Go, what now? So
Yeah.
that's what I think is a big factor. And I always hate on Roman Reigns, but kudos to him, because he's in 2 of the 3 matches we mentioned, and it's always going to be that way. So, you know, I let's get this right. I know Roman Reigns is a good guy down here. We all know wrestling is wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, he is a great.
Plays the heel. So
Yeah,
good.
he plays the heel so good, and that's why. And if you guys ain't caught on yet, and I think I mentioned this in one episode, he plays it so good, and that's what makes me not like him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's his goal.
Yeah, that's his goal, is to not make you like him. You know, but if you are the devil's advocate and you like him, it's kind of like respected, because he's not necessarily a full-time bad guy, but he is like he's like a anti-hero. Like, you're like, fuck, like, why, dude? Like, why do you got to win again? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. And like you said, like, Roman Reigns just, like, he's just so intact with that heel role now. It's just like, it's flawless. Like, he barely has to do anything to get a reaction out of a crowd. Like, literally, I don't care what nobody say, but at least for right now in today's WWE, whenever he comes out to that ring and he says, "Acknowledge me," there ain't no better. Like, I'm like, oh, dang, that's so fire. You know what I'm saying? That's so cool. That is so cool, bro. And like I said, and that's why I low key would like, just to touch on the topic from last week. I wouldn't mind giving Roman Reigns Superstar of the Year, but I feel like our options from, if you want to see what our options were, check out the last pod, man. It was a fire one.
Yep.
But I feel like we had great choices for matches of the year. I could see it being either of those two. And to touch on your Clash of the Castle one, even the atmosphere was just fire. It was meant for Drew McIntyre to win that. Like, I think it had the dragon. If I'm not no, it had the castle Megatron, or the Jumbotron with the castle. It was just a cool atmosphere. And I feel like, and not to touch on previous topics, obviously, but I feel like if Roman was to be thrown, it should have been right there. Yeah. At least for the WWE title. I don't think it should have been for both. But like I said, Hunter has a plan apparently, and I'm just curious to see where he finishes Roman's reign.
Yeah, literally.
But not him.
No, man. With that being said, I think, according to the time we have, I think it's time for the Bird is the Word segment, the hottest segment in podcast history. Oh God! I'm excited for that one. But anyways, it's Ayzo's week, my week. It's my week.
Yes, sir.
My week. Anyways,
see what you got in the hand.
All right, man. So we're going finally, because we touched on our sports, we got our wrestling, we got everything we normally do. So I'm taking it finally to our gaming side. So my top 3 is going to include games. Last week, if you don't know what it was Naruto. So this week I'm going games. So this week mine is top 3. Get this, video game characters of all time.
Okay, now that's a tough one. Video game characters is tough.
With one honorable mention. And the reason I picked this is because I think there is so many influential guys out there that's in like through games that the people were just like, or maybe if that person died, it kind of made you shed a tear or something, or maybe like it was just such a good character that you just want more games just because of that character. I think that makes it, makes that character who it is. Like, or like when, or like say like a guy that's I'm not saying him in any way, shape, or form, but say you take Kratos from the new, if you like him, you can put him on your list because he made a big deal. You like his character in the game. Do you think through all the games he's been in, do you think he's worth being on the list or whatever? You know what I mean? I think it's very interesting. And, obviously it's not going to be like SpongeBob from SpongeBob video game. Yeah. It's going to be games that in history that like, or it could be a standalone long title. Like if you see something from that character, like a very essential thing, you know who it is. Like you like, no question. So I think that's where things get into it. So do you want me to go first, or you want to go first? I kind of got to tell you to go first because that's how we go. So come on.
That's usually how we do it. Dang, I got some really cop out answers though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting for 3, right? I'm
Well, you
starting
can
for
do honor.
3.
You got honorable mention too, so you can do
All right,
honorable
I'll
mention.
start off with the honorable mention. Honorable mention probably be Mario, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Mario, childhood. You know what I'm saying? Word. So that's definitely an honorable mention. You know what I'm saying? He's been a huge part of my childhood. I mean, and still to this day, I still play Mario. You know what I'm saying? Mario Karts, Mario Party Pack, and things of that nature. So I
Right.
definitely have to throw him in that honorable mention. I mean, like literally, he could be top 3 in anybody's top 3 game characters, just because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Mario, man. I mean, you can never go wrong with Mario.
Right. Right.
Number
Right.
3, this is so hard because I got 2 from one game, but I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to
It could
keep
be.
it
It could be that.
diverse.
It could be that. It could be that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I'm trying to.
I mean, but, it's got to be respected. Though. Don't put me to like some well named characters up there. But
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. All right, well at 3, I gotta put Sonic the Hedgehog over
Okay. Okay.
because it was either him or Mario was gonna be in my honorable mention, so I gotta keep Sonic at the 3. Sonic the Hedgehog at 3.
Mm. I can
Mm,
see that. Kind of picking. I mean, you got to keep those games kind of like the old
the
school
retro
type.
ones, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Retro games. You got to show them some love.
And so I got Mario as the honorable mention. I got Sonic the Hedgehog at the 3. Just because I mean those are the childhood, man. You know what I'm saying? You can never go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just never go wrong with Sonic. I always just thought the Sonic was so cool. And it's so cool to see that they're both getting movies made. You know what I'm saying? Sonic got his
Mm-hmm.
movies made, and Mario's actually coming out with a movie soon. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely can't go wrong with having Mario on that list, nor can I go wrong with having Sonic the Hedgehog. So that's my honorable mention in my 3 spot. At my
Mm-hmm.
2 spot, I'd have to put Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. He's probably one of my
Oh.
favorite fighting characters of all time. I loved how he was just had the fire powers. It was just so cool. It was
Mm-hmm.
Liu Kang. You know what I'm saying? Like when you play Mortal Kombat, or even when you hear Mortal Kombat, you either think of 2 people, Scorpion or Liu Kang. You know what I'm saying?
Get
Obviously, you got
over here,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got Sub-Zero and what's the dude with the hat, the lightning hat? I
Raiden.
forgot his name. Yeah, you got him as well. But I think of Liu Kang. Therefore, I have to put him at that 2 spot. And coming in at the number 1 spot
I wonder who
may
it's gonna be.
or may not be a hot take. But hang on, let me make sure I don't get because I get these characters mixed up. But let me just make sure because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, mispronounce it or say the wrong name. But I'm pretty sure this character's name is Marcus from Detroit Become Human. I don't know why, but
Oh.
that's got to be my favorite video game character ever. Just because I mean the way and obviously it's your out like decisions that choose how he out like how, and I think that's why I like him so much is because like literally your decisions decide what kind of person he's gonna be at the end of the game. And I feel like that's why I want Detroit Human is not only one of the best games of all time, but it's definitely got one of the best characters of all time in Marcus. And Marcus, if for those who don't know, who was the guy who started off helping out the old man and blah. I don't want to spoil it for you, but
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Usually people know who Marcus is when you mention the old man because that's what he was known for. He started off as, I guess you could say, a maid or whatnot, or you know what I'm saying, a helper. And I just feel like his character development was so good. So yeah, so I
Yep.
got Mario as the honorable mention. I got Sonic at the 3, got Liu Kang at 2, and then Marcus from Detroit Become Human. Like I said, I just feel like because you mentioned it, like it's characters who've like really drawn you into the
Mm-hmm.
game. I feel like all of those characters that I named really had a big impact on my gaming life.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like that's a solid top 3. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yeah.
Marcus at 1. That's debatable. Like I said, a lot of people are gonna probably come from my head for that one. Because Detroit Become Human is more of a, like you said, a story-based game.
Right.
So I can see why, like, you know what I'm saying? The others are like multiplayer. You could play, like the replay value was there. For Detroit Become Human, it's
Mm-hmm.
not very much replay value. So I can see why he wouldn't be number 1 for a lot of people. But for me personally, just because I love that game so much and I love that character so much, I'm gonna have to go with Marcus. Word.
All right. So with you kind of showing some love to the retro guys, I am going to show one love to the retro guy, and that is in my honorable mention, and I'm going to
Okay.
go with Bowser. Crazy to say
Mm,
Bowser, but like, dude, I don't know
yeah.
what it was about Bowser when I was playing Mario games. I was petrified. I was scared. I don't know why. It's a Mario game. Like now, I think like it's so no reason to be scared of him. But like then I was freaking terrified as a kid playing Mario for some reason. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna go ahead and get past him. Number 3, crazy. My top 3 is kind of crazy.
Okay.
Agent 47 from the Hitman games. Let me say, because I know that's kind of weird, but like, take away all the superpowers and stuff that you normally get through video games. Like, just like, dude, you talking badass? Like, he made a whole movie literally called 47 just for this man. He is crazy. Like, Hitman games, they're so like if you know what I'm talking about, they're different, but him as a person, like who he is like freaking insane. I think that's so sick. I think he definitely deserves to be on the list. At number 2 though. Oh, this one's tough.
Damn, I swallowed. You know how you swallow water down the wrong pipe?
Actually, I gotta change just because of significance. I gotta change my honorable mention. Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
I'm going Joel from The Last of Us.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good one.
Yeah.
I can bump with that.
Yeah, him, and I'm gonna hit on you a little bit. Him / Lee from the Walking Dead Telltale series.
Bro, I was just about to say, can I change my third spot to that? Yeah. That's what I was literally gonna change.
Yeah. Dude, that's fair. I think those two guys, like in zombie games or general, those were some of the best characters you could have asked for. And inspirational. I'm talking about almost father figure like guys with Ellie and with Clementine. Yep,
Clementine and Ellie.
So I think those were pretty big guys who kind of stood the path of time with being that father figure for video game characters. So
yeah,
that's my honorable mention.
Picks, by the way, those are great picks, man. That was
right.
Like you said, I was literally gonna say Lee. I was gonna change my honorable mention or my 3 spot to Lee. Literally, I was gonna put Sonic in my honorable mention. I was gonna put Lee from The Walking Dead in my 3rd spot. I'm gonna just do that because you said it was either Lee or Joel. So I'll do that just to put some respect on Lee's name. Yeah. Lee is actually going in my 3rd spot, and I'm putting Sonic in my honorable mention. That's fair. Okay. I like that.
All right, that's cool. All right, yeah, I like that too. So I think those guys get the love they get, for what it is. So
definitely deserved.
Going to my number 2 spot. Now my number 2 spot, they're from the same game, but I got to give one that maybe shed a tear a little bit. The other one did. Okay. The other one didn't. But
I bet. I'm listening.
I'm going with Arthur Morgan from the Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, bro, these are bangers. Oh my gosh, I wish I had more time to think about that one. This is so like, that's a good one. That is a
you want me to let you redo your list when I'm done? You can. I don't care.
You're good.
Yeah, but no, Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I was gonna put John Marston. Is what I was going to put it to, but I was like, because from the same game, and I'm like, damn, when Arthur died though, like that was just a different.
That struck a nerve, like you said, and it was like, and I don't know why, but there was a small part of me that was like, dang, maybe he can live. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he gets some type of cure. But for those who haven't played The Walking Dead 2 yet, obviously,
or Red Dead Redemption
for years, it's not a spoiler alert yet. I mean, like, come on, bro, it's been years. Like, come on, you haven't heard of it yet. You're probably not planning on playing it, bro.
Yeah,
it's been years.
Yeah, it's just like it kind of gave me the sense because, like, like how John Marston dies in the very first game, and there's nothing you do. You're just like there. They give you a chance to shoot, but you're like, there's 30 guys shooting at you, bro. It's not gonna happen. So it kind of gave you the sense too. At the end of it, you're like, maybe Arthur can make it.
Yeah.
But then even then, like it kind of made me think, and you have to really look into it at the time, and you kind of figured out later. But like the whole the black lung thing with him having, I think it was pneumonia. I can't remember. It's something bronchitis. Like bronchitis, I think. It's bad for him. And at the time I kind of realized it, and it kind of made me go ahead and like when at the time I was playing it, because I just know I kind of have a weird thing with history and stuff like that. I knew that this was bad at the time. Like I was like, oh shit, this is like, it's kind of like now you catch bronchitis, take you a couple meds, you're fine. Then you could be our age, get bronchitis, and you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I seen him get that, and he went to the doctor, and you'd seen he's been coughing and stuff, I was like, they're going to kill him off, aren't they? Like that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Like I said, one thing that I loved that they did on that game is like you could see it as the time as like you progressed in the story, how you could visibly see that he was getting sicker and sicker, and it was just so sad, bro. It was just so sad. And I don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know how that game didn't win Game of the Year. That was so crazy that it didn't win Game of the Year. I think they ended up giving it to God of War. I don't like that was years ago,
but he
it
did.
definitely
I think he did end up winning like character of the year though. Like he did,
as he should have. Like, bro,
I don't know if the game
And,
got respect, but he definitely got character of the year to make up for it.
Arthur Morgan is a great choice, by the way. That's a great choice.
And it was real hard not to put him at my number one. But
I'm curious to see who's at your number one now, because
it's kind of a hot take, probably for some people. But my hot take for the number one position, just because of and there's gonna be one particular person that's gonna love this, and I already know he's gonna freak out when I say this answer. My top pick is gonna be Master Chief.
Oh my!
Let me tell you.
Can't even see his face.
Let me tell you why though. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's take away all the new shit. I'm taking away all that, all the new shit. Give me Halo 1 through 3. This is what I'm talking about. That made him who he is, or 4. Halo 1 through 4. Master Chief. Like, dude, you throw 117 on anything, you know what you're talking about. And it's like you don't even mention the word Halo. You could like I know he's not in it. I'm pretty sure, but like if you say Halo 5, you go Master Chief. But no, he's not in it. But you go Master Chief. You know what I'm saying?
It's Halo. I didn't even know that. I would have said Master Chief, obviously, because I mean it's Halo.
Yeah, So, or like Halo 3 ODST, he's not in it. It's just Halo. But you think when you see Halo, you're thinking Master Chief. It don't matter. And
that's fair.
And one representation why I want to do this, besides the whole like everybody wants the full cosplay joint of him, the thing I think is so cool about it is like and this is gonna be like a weird. There's a movie and it's called Halo. I think it's called Forward Unto Dawn, and it's the only live representation that I've ever seen. And it's a cheesy movie. If you don't like Halo, you're probably not gonna like it. Like it just is what it is. But it's such a good movie to me as a Halo watcher. It's kind of just about a guy coming into the academy, and he their place gets raided for the first time on their planet, like their academy, by the Covenant or whatever, the alien guys, and like this is all newbies, like guys that don't know how to fight. Like you could think it in a sense of like the most trained soldiers invading like a Marine training base. Like it's not. Ideal. Like they don't know how to fight yet. They haven't seen war, and when this happens, like all you hear is like these guys are like sitting here staring at the door. It's like the first time ever they're like sitting here like backed up, and you've seen flashes of like this guy. He's watching like Master Chief, or like watching video cam footage of the ODSTs, which is basically like if you want to call Black Ops Marines or whatever, like the badasses of the group, Navy SEALs or whatever.
I guess you Black Ops. Word.
Yeah, basically. And they wear the Halo mask. Like Master Chief ain't just particular to the mask. There's a bunch of guys that don't wear the mask. So like they're wearing that type of mask, and you see like flash of the camera. They're like, "What is that?" They get a flash of one that's like 7 foot tall, and you know who it is. And you get like a very like slow grasp of scream because you don't know how Master Chief's gonna be in this movie. So at this point, they've been fighting the Covenant, and then there's how they can go invisible, right? So the one guy can go invisible or whatever. So if I remember right, he's sitting there at the back, like they're sitting there waiting because he's going invisible, and like this is a real life perspective. Think of it from video game. Like this thing is going invisible and killing people. Like he could be right in front of your face and you wouldn't know he's there. And with that being said, like there was a scene like literally like this guy like he's sitting there running like the recruits, and he just stops and he tells them to stop, and all you see is the breath just like on his face, and he gets stabbed with a giant sword up and shit. It's crazy. But basically, they're still running from that. They're hiding, trying to get away from it. And this thing, all you hear is like the thing sitting there ready to kill him or whatever, and then you just see it just, and he gets killed, and like the thing falls, and it's just Master Chief standing there. And it's the first time you ever seen Master Chief live in action. You never see his face. He never takes his mask off. Yeah. They actually visualize that at the end of the movie. I think the new series they made him take his mask off, and it's some weird dude or whatever. But that's I don't.
Beacon actually made me watch that with him. He didn't make me, but I watched a little bit of it with Beacon, and he was just saying how disgusted he was that they made him like basically have him unmasked throughout the whole series, and it was like that's just a spit in the face at Master Chief because he's known for not taking off his helmet. You know what I mean?
Right. So about this movie, after everything's all said and done and all that stuff, and they're on obviously a group of ODSTs come and get them afterwards or whatever. I'm just spoiling the movie a little bit, but it is what it is. You know they're gonna make it, anyways. They're because they're with Master Chief, the freaking goat. But they're sitting there and all the guys, the ODSTs, take their mask off and they kind of visualize they want to visualize like the perfect person, like shaved head, black hair. They have really bright blue eyes and they have really white skin, kind of not like really white like Orochimaru white, but like white skin, like black beards, and like the girls look the same. They all look the same, like they come from the same father or mother or whatever. And they've been bred to do this, you know. And then they all look and they kind of look towards the thing and they all look towards Master Chief and then they look back and he goes, the mask doesn't come off. And like it kind of like you never see the mask, and it kind of like is a representation of what it should have been. So with that, me finally seeing it in person in a movie, I think a movie does take it for me to make it more, real. Personal. So kind of get it outside of a video game standpoint, And I thought it was. That's what really makes it. Besides that, I mean, you just know like they got the Halo 3 chairs, or like the Set 117 chairs. I think at Herman Miller and all this stuff now, like. I think it's just got to go back. He's the reason. First of all, I think he's like one of the main faces of Xbox too.
He's literally, like you said, one of the faces of Xbox.
So
and that's fair.
So I think
understand why he's extra one.
Yeah. So if it wasn't him, I'll show some love to my side of the Nintendo guys. I think just because of the pure and this is for my Pokemon fans. So if you don't know who Red is basically Ash. And it's weird to say that in a game, but he's basically Ash, is how I would say it. And he is the most, like, after you become, like you got the basic idea of beating the gym badges or whatever and all that stuff. So after you would do that, and I'm talking about you would go to where Ash's town and like a region and get all those badges too. So you have like 16 badges instead of 8, like the longest Pokemon game ever. You would literally, I know this, like I can see this being visualized. You literally got to go to a mountain, the tallest mountain, and he is waiting where he went to train because there's nothing else for him to do besides train on the peak of this mountain. And you go up there just because you just fight this random guy who is basically the strongest guy in the world. And he is such a face. He's like if you're not talking Ash or whatever or Pikachu, he's the face of Pokemon games. Like who's the most mysterious guy? He never says a word. He's never said a word in Pokemon. Like all he says, like when you click on him, it just ... at the bottom, and then you go into a battle. like there's no other reason for you to be here besides battle me. So I think that's another hot take for like an honorable mention. I guess that could be one of my guys, but that's my top. I would put Red down in an honorable mention, I guess. With that, since not a lot of people can know him probably as much as I do, or maybe Wither. Wither's been watching with me. Shout out to Wither, by the way, for helping me stay tuned into.
Shout out to Wither, bro.
He's been supporting me so much, and so has everybody. But for particularly Pokemon series, Wither's been freaking killing it. But so I'm gonna put him down there, along with who did I say my Joel Lee.
Yeah.
I gotta go those guys. Those guys are freaking. And I almost kind of would put Agent 47 down in the honorable mention and put Joel at the 3.
Nah, that's fire. I can see that.
I think that's what I'm gonna do because I like Joel a lot more than I like 47, but 47's significance is what gets him on my list. Like who Agent 47 is. It's just one of those old games, kind of like how Halo was. Hitman's one of those type of games, so I think that's what puts him down the list for me. So I'm gonna go Hitman at honorable mention, Joel at 3. 2, I had Arthur Morgan / John Marston, but I'm going Arthur Morgan.
I feel you.
And then my number 1 has got to be Master Chief.
That's fair. And I revamped my list. I revamped it. I had some time to evaluate my options and really get together a solid top 3.
Okay.
Like you got an absolute stunning top 3. I can't lie. My top 3 is probably nowhere comparable to yours, but it's my top 3. It's my opinion. So those are your opinions. But for now, my honorable mention is I'm taking out Mario and I'm gonna put Sonic in there just because I've been more personally of a Team Sonic type of guy.
That's fine.
I'm gonna throw Sonic in the honorable mention, right?
Okay.
And at the 3 spot, I'm actually wandering into your lands whenever I say this one. And
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Charizard.
Charizard?
From Pokemon. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's a video game technically. He's a video game character technically. He's literally one of my favorite.
He is a
Pokemon
staple.
ever.
He is a staple
Yeah.
on Pokemon itself. Like if you
Exactly.
like even when it comes to the card game, like you have those same cards for Blastoise and Venusaur. That the one that Jake Paul has or whatever that I know you know about. You know,
Logan Paul.
they have the same cards. Like it's the same cards. Like they all three because they're 3 starters: Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Now they're worth money, but they're not worth however freaking much Jake Paul paid for his. You know, like
Logan Paul.
or Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Yeah, well, either Paul, whatever. You know, they
Paul
just for people to know, they have those same cards. It ain't like it's a one-off thing. Like they have the same cards for the other 2 starters. They are worth money. You know, they're worth some good cash with their first edition, all that stuff. PSA 10, they are. But Charizard, just because of his, and this is the reason why he's on this list, I know he's a staple of what Pokemon is, and that is why he is worth that much. So literally, that is a solid number 3.
Like, I kid you not, like, if it wasn't for Charizard, I probably wouldn't have anything to do with Pokemon. I mean, obviously, you got your Pikachus and your Squirtles and things of that nature, but Charizard was probably one of the coolest, like, dragon characters I've ever seen in my life. I always thought he was one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in my life. So I definitely got to show some respect to the Pokemon community and to Charizard and put him at my 3. And then my 2, I'm going to go with Lee from season 1 of The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, obviously. Just because, I mean, I don't want to get too into it, but it's just Lee. You know what I'm saying? You know how much he meant to that series. And for him to only have been in 1 season, like, you can't tell me when you think of the Walking Dead Telltale series, you don't think of Lee.
Right.
And so I got him at the 2 spot. And at my 1 spot, I'm gonna just keep it as Marcus. I have to keep it as Marcus from Detroit Become Human.
Really?
Because, I mean, he's, like I said, just for me, I just feel like he's had more of an impact on like just me gaming wise, than any other character on my list. No disrespect to anybody on the list or anybody else's list. Marcus is just my guy. And like I said, I just feel like
and everybody's got that guy, you know?
And the reason why I do like praise him so highly is because literally Marcus can be whoever you wanted him to be. Because like I said, the Detroit Become Human was really a game based off of your decisions. Like the outcome were based on your decisions. Like how his personality is whatever you made it out to be with the decisions you made. And that's why I feel like Detroit Become Human is, like I said, not only one of the best games ever, but definitely features one of the best characters ever with Marcus. Because you know what happened with him and the old man and what he could have done and what happened. It was just unfortunate. And like I said, I just loved the character development with Marcus. It was just very entertaining.
Right. And the thing is, your number 2 picks. So I'm gonna touch on them on my opinion. So with Lee and something, I think Lee, even though he is only in 1 season and this game is so old, if you've seen it, you know what happens.
Yeah.
But if you're not, sorry, but you're going to catch the drift anyways. He does die, but the situation, like he skyrocketed Clementine into being that person though.
Yeah, basically the main character.
You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for Lee, like it kind of just felt like one of those games at first. Like when you're playing it, you got to load up. It's kind of like starting a new game. You got to get to know the character. You know the aspect because you know it's The Walking Dead, but you don't. You know, you're not playing with Rick or Daryl Dixon. It's some random guy. You know, in a Walking Dead world, and it kind of makes you kind of iffy at the beginning. But by the end of the game, I'm telling you, you will be in tears. You'll be in tears. And or the first season, we'll phrase that, you'll be in tears. But I can say the game too. Because of that situation, it set up the dramatic effect that the rest of the game could be. And you know, and it kind of made you feel, it's one of those situations where now you don't really trust that anybody's going to live. Like, you know, it could be like, you know,
because how many games do you know where the main character dies besides the ones that we've listed, like Arthur Morgan and Lee? And I just feel like games don't do that as usual. Because I mean, who wants to see the main character die? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most games definitely have that plot armor. You know what I'm saying? Who does it? You know what I'm saying? Like who wants to see their main character die? So for it to happen with Lee, the main character, it's like, oh crap. Well, if they're making a season 2, almost nobody's safe. If the main character died, you know what I'm saying? And so
and then they skyrocket you a little bit. It kind of makes it playable to be Clementine. And that's cool. And it's kind of like something like you could see, like I could see something similar happening with say Kratos and Atreus in a future game. Like Kratos die, and I know he's a god and all, but Atreus getting skyrocketed because everybody's starting to love Atreus as Kratos' son and everything like that. Hold on, I could not hear you. You're like Mike did not talk.
Oh, my fault. I had coughed. My fault. But yeah, I was just saying the memes for that has been absolutely hilarious. Him and his son.
Yeah,
those memes have been hilarious.
Like, sit down. I'm gonna try. Check me out, boy. Hold on. Anyways, it's one of those things. If that guy died, it could possibly have a chance to skyrocket somebody else into the field. You know what I'm saying?
New ones, yeah.
So it's possible to do that. So that's where I stand with them. I think it's the fact that a character had so much impact to skyrocket a series without even being there. So that's what I think is so neat. But your number one pick with Marcus, the thing that you touched on, and I think is the biggest thing, is that he can literally be anything you wanted him to be. He could be a good guy. He could be a bad guy. He could have killed who you wanted him to kill. You could have not killed him.
Yeah. You could have saved it.
You could have did anything you wanted to do with that person, and it's weird because not many games touch on that because they're not all not all games are choice based games. It's kind of like you want to get carried through the story. But you was able to take, and you kind of can with The Walking Dead too. But like there was no saving Lee. Lee was meant to die, even though it was a choice based game. This game in particular, how it was made, it don't make a shit. Marcus, I believe
midway through the story.
I'm saying like Marcus could die, right? Marcus could die way before. Well, even what's the guy's name? The robot guy, Connor.
I was gonna say I actually kind of wanted to throw him in there as well. That's why I was saying I might throw two characters. But I was just saying and that's why I was gonna low key throw Connor on that list with Marcus. But I just wanted to I wanted to keep it more diverse. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it very diverse, and because like you said, literally. The character development between all of those characters is the girl, I forgot her name, but you got Connor, Marcus, and then the girl. They could have all three died at any point in the story. And so the fact that it was really based on what you made it, that's why I have to put Marcus at 1 because how I made his outcome, it was amazing. And even spoiler alert for those who haven't seen my gameplay on it, I accidentally let Connor die.
Yeah. But it don't matter. Well, I think at the end it's different, but the rest of it though, Connor can actually die in every single scene that he's in, but he comes back.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting about that. There's actually an achievement for getting him killed all the times, but I actually never let him die. He never died for me. So that's kind of crazy. I got achievement for that too because a character that can literally die and you never lose him. It's wild, but he never died for me, so I got an achievement for it. I thought that was so cool. So, but he was my favorite character. He was my favorite character compared to Marcus because because obviously he's just he's like the guy that he's so in tune to him being him, and then but he can change and go the other way. Or he could just stay like I'm gonna kill you regardless or whatever, But he finally he can either get his free will or he can't. It's so wild how the game works. If you haven't seen the game or played it, please go play it, dude. You can get it.
Yeah, like I said,
you can get it at GameStop right now for like $10. Like, go get it, dude. It's worth the play.
Whatever game you're playing on, the Microsoft Store, PlayStation Store, whatever you're playing on. But yeah, like I was saying, like. Literally, I could have went with Connor. I could have put both on the list, but I had to go with Marcus on me just because I just feel like how he led that revolution or whatnot. I think that was just so iconic. But yeah, like bro, my Connor literally died on the very last mission. I was so heartbroken because I was like, bro, how I get this far, bro? You know how like you try to close out the game and try to restart it real quick,
right?
It didn't work, bro. It didn't work. He died, bro. Word.
Well, man,
my top 3. I got like I said, I got Marcus, Lee, Charizard, honorable mention, Sonic the Hedgehog. Solid top 3, if I say so myself. And same with you. You got an amazing top 3. And as much as we could ramble on for days and days on games and things of that nature, we do have to call it. You know what I'm saying? We do.
Yeah, man. I think it's been a banger episode though. Like it's been a lot of energy this thing, or at least for me. I feel like I've had a little bit more energy than in previous podcast episodes, but.
Without a doubt, it's killing it recently.
So and one thing I want to say is not only have you guys showed so much support on our individual channels because I think of this more discoverability, but you guys have also just killed it by supporting us here. You guys have took something like we've said it many times. We did this. We want to do this for fun. Like when we had free time out of the day.
out of nowhere, just literally just like, hey, want to start a podcast?
Yeah, you know,
and now we're here.
You know, we're always want to go back to that, saying that same thing. But what I want to say, you guys, we respect the hell out of you guys, and you guys kill it every time. You know, you guys comment and let us know stuff. You don't leave it dead after we ask you guys to comment your favorite stuff. Like, I mean, even though it only takes a second, you'd be surprised how many people ignore it. And you guys subscribe. Like, if you haven't, like, I think our subscriber to like new viewer rate, like as soon as a new viewer comes in, they normally subscribe. I think it's pretty high.
Yeah.
So I think that's wild.
Really good, dude.
Like, so I mean, obviously, as we get bigger, that viewer to not subscribe count's going to get bigger. But as of right now, like if we get a new viewer, most of the time they're going to come subscribe, and that is like if
I appreciate that so much, dude.
Yeah, and I think that gives kudos to you guys to giving us the ability to do this. Like, I think the support you guys give us give us the ability to maybe make that person like go ahead and click subscribe as soon as they watch their first episode. It ain't got to be, because we don't have a certain time stamp on videos. You know, you can watch this episode and then go watch the first one and it not really phase you.
I'm saying, like, you literally can watch, like, it ain't like you're missing out on any like particular, like if you started on episode 5, you could easily go back and watch episode 1, as you guys should. I mean, we had a great pilot episode. We had a great past episodes. The episodes have been great if you guys haven't checked them out. But I do want to say this one thing though. I do want to give like a special VIP award to one special, I guess you could say, supporter, and that has to be Beacon, bro. Beacon has like literally shown so much love to the podcast. Like, I kid you not, he will give like brief descriptions in the comment section down below.
Yeah.
And we love that. We love that because I like
not
to go
only
through
that,
like see what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? And he's literally shown me, like, you know how you can look at the red line on the videos. He's literally watched every single podcast, and I appreciate that. Real talk, I genuinely appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
And I mean, as you guys can tell, these episodes are upwards of an hour, close to an hour, and 20 minutes long. I think our highest one's an hour and 17 minutes, which we're going to break this episode. Not like it matters, but it's to say somebody went and watched the whole video, and we could check how many hours this video has been viewed, and to see that number upwards of honestly 2 to 3 hours. And I know that sounds like a lot compared to considering some of these videos that have 20, 30, 40 views on it. To have somebody or a couple of people that will sit there and watch it, and Beacon's one of those people that will sit there and watch the whole episode in one sitting, and not click off, not come back later. They'll sit there and watch it in one sitting, and I appreciate that. We appreciate that so much.
So WVIP, man. And obviously we appreciate all of the support, as long as it's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Beacon definitely goes out of his way to show support. And also before we, you know what I'm saying, we made a TikTok. We finally made a TikTok. Make sure you guys show some love on it. We're gonna post it on. Bam! It's gonna be right here.
Yeah.
We made a TikTok page, and like I said, even Beacon whenever it comes to there, he even reposts the TikToks. You know what I'm saying? He's always spreading the word about the podcast. So just like I said, just shout out to Beacon. And I know it's not just Beacon out there. He's just the notable one. But there's a ton like Dixie, Withered. I could go on and on. Like literally so many supporters that really just made this worth doing and making it 10 times more enjoyable. And like I said, I mean,
Beacon,
we wouldn't even be here.
Beacon and Withered too. I mean, not only here, but even in the streams, like Withered has been, and I don't want to say, but I'm just gonna use the word, one of my biggest fans that I've had on my channel in particular, and because he enjoys the games and stuff that I play, and obviously enjoys Jbird's too, but he has been so supportive of me, everything that he keeps chat active. It's awesome. And there's never a dull moment as long as Withered. Like, I know as soon as I seen Withered say what's up in the chat, or Beacon say what's up in the chat, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different stream at that point. So you guys, and I mean, that goes for a lot of people too. And you know where I was going to talk about, we're just showing love to the guys who have been there since before we'd even decided to do this stuff. So you guys have killed it, and everybody else, shout out to you guys who have killed it. So with that being said, continue to support us. Follow the TikToks, follow our TikToks. I've actually started a TikTok. Jbird's got his own TikTok. I actually probably need to start linking those here instead of maybe Instagram or something below us. But
but most importantly, y'all follow the podcast TikTok, man, where you can see clips from even possibly this stream. You can probably see a clip from this stream on TikTok. So if you're one of those people that don't really like watching an hour-long podcast episode, the TikTok is the move, bro. The TikTok is the move, bro.
Yep.
So my guy.
So you guys please continue to like and subscribe on this.
Man.
Go follow us both on Twitch. We stream pretty often, almost considerably daily. You know, so come check us out. You know, like, comment, subscribe, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. And we will see you guys in the next episode.